Welcome. This is David Boles' Human Meme. Today's topic, a pineal annealing. An annealing is a scientific term that has to do with making something better on a microscopic level by changing it through heat or cold or other transformation. Let's take glass and metal as prime examples. You anneal glass by heating it to relax internal strains and to make it stronger. You anneal metal by heating it to make it more malleable. Annealing in genetics, get ready, is the hydrogen bonding of single-stranded DNA and RNA to create a double-stranded polynucleotide. So there. Pineal means pinecone-like, and some people pronounce the word pineal. But I'm from Nebraska, and I've always heard it pronounced everywhere I've ever been, pineal. So I'll be using that pronunciation in this podcast. The pineal gland is the living replication of the Fibonacci Golden Spiral, where a golden spiral geometrically arcs from its center 1/4 turn at a time to create the sense of movement in time in a static object taking up space. That Fibonacci pinecone effect is especially interesting when we discuss the pineal gland in the brain. The pineal gland looks like a pinecone, yet it is the size of a grain of rice and located in the geometric center of our physical brains, in the epithalamus between two hemispheres, where each half of the thalamus meet. The pineal gland controls our reaction to light and regulates our moods and circadian rhythms. Calcification of the pineal gland is not a good thing, and most of us, even though we don't realize it, are calcified. The pineal gland is usually calcified by drinking fluoridated water from a city supply. And some scientists argue by the time we're out of puberty, our pineal glands, which are mostly water, are already dry, hard, and calcified. A calcified pineal gland interferes with a proper sense of direction. Can you always find north? If not, question the calcification status of your pineal gland. We can try to actively decalcify the pineal gland by eating foods high in boron, like dates, avocados, almonds, chickpeas, apples, and oranges. Our pineal glands have photoreceptors. Some believe the pineal gland is an atrophied third eye. Some believe it is the third eye, because it responds to light and electricity when activated and indicated. Meditation and exercise can help bring awareness to your entire being through your rice-sized pinecone in the middle of your brain. Throughout history, the pineal gland has been infamous for influencing current thought and fibers. The philosophical and physiological theories of thinker and scientist René Descartes is one of them. He wrote often about the pineal gland in 2 books and felt it was, quote, the principal seat of the soul, and the place in which all our thoughts are formed. Descartes also wrote, people were split into body and soul and only united as one, as a whole person, by a certain very small gland situated in the middle of the brain's substance, and suspended above the passage through which the spirits in the brain's anterior cavities communicate with those in its posterior cavities. The importance of the pineal gland to Descartes was that it was found by itself standing alone. It was not a half of something, as is common in the brain. It was not one side of another. It was primary, unto its own onlyness, and, Descartes felt, that specific reality must be abided and studied as a moral duty. Well, Descartes was roundly denied and put in his place by the scientific and theoretic communities of his time and our time and every time, but still, his fondness and admiration for the pineal gland survives today as the third eye, the receptor and silent interpreter of an inner knowing that sees beyond the galaxy and into the universe. Now that we have an understanding of the background and importance of the pineal gland, how do we set about its annealing after we've decalcified it with a boron-rich diet? Hypoxic breathing is one way. Hypoxic breathing is regulated and carefully practiced, and it can help ignite the pineal gland into responding. Please visit the work of Wim Hof, W-I-M-H-O-F, for more information on his breathing techniques and cold water therapy, all angled to help bring out the spirit of the soul through the pineal gland. Now, the rest of the information I'm going to share with you here in this podcast is now my opinion only. I am not a doctor, and I don't play one on TV. We anneal the pineal gland through recognition and exercise. We have to wake up the pineal gland if we hope to reap its benefits. And we get there through mental and physical extremes. In the reaction of the body against pain and cold and heat and massage, we urge other non-autonomous reactions, like getting a signal back from our pineal gland indicating it is alive and working. But we must know what to look, and we must know how to recognize what we see. Annealing the pineal gland is a daily devotion, and you do it even without any evidence of effect. Because to believe in the power of the pineal gland in the brain commands your faith in the essence of your soul. Where is your soul? Can you touch it, or see it, or manage it into tiny boxes? No. Your soul is bound within you, but without you. One of the quickest ways to test the activity of our pineal gland is to close our eyes and look inside our head for an indicator from the third eye, the atrophied orb and the center of where our soul meets our mind. If you happen to see a tiny pinpoint flash, And I'm not talking about ordinary floaters and flashers you might have in your eyes. Please read my popular bolesblogs.com article on floaters and flashers for more information on that medical matter. No, I'm talking about a faint but visible signal from beyond that connects you in what might feel like an uncanny or eerie way with yourself. Identifying the pineal flashback, the comeback, the SOS in Morse code is accomplished by coming to terms with the strangeness of the self. Now, some will never see a pineal pinpoint flash, or stars, or fireworks, or rocket ships. All of that can be a part of the expanded experience of interacting with your pineal gland. But even in the dark, with no light indicator, the pineal gland can still be strong and active. You may not be aware of it. You will see evidence of it in outward confidence and calm. Others among us have active indices from their pineal gland that also give them human insight and a filtering of the memes of 1,000 galaxies. You've met them. They're actually very cool and interesting people. However, I argue you may see a flashing pinpoint of your soul in the perception of your pineal gland, if you are patient and able to comprehend the sort of light that is only visible in the brightness of your mind. Think about it, visualize it, and you will see it. Once you see it, then what? You keep trying to see it and make the light brighter. It becomes your own lighthouse in the night, protecting you, warning you, guiding you. That light becomes a tunnel into the extraordinary thought that you will be able to recall and call up on any whim with your eyes wide open and your mind fully engaged in the world. I know all of this may sound transcendental and maybe somewhat goofy, but once you first see that tiny glow that you cannot quite explain away through what you know and known science or a physical abnormality, you have stunning proof of your body working behind your back for the overall benefit of the blessings of the mind. Yes, visualizing the pineal gland is mind-blowing, even if you never directly experience the effect yourself, because the fact that it exists right now with empirical proof is lesson enough for the grand, extended belief in there being universes and worlds out there that are beyond our grasp, but never our reach. See it and know. Thank you for seeing. Be a human meme.